Alright, so this is my third video for the 48 hour build. Currently is 5:28 on Saturday. So, moving along. I got some parts drying right now. I did my second coat on the body. It's a lot smoother than the first day. Did a little wet sanding on it after I got off of work this morning. And then this actually dried glossy. The first coat flashed too fast and ended up becoming dull. There's a few spots that are odd, but I plan on clearing these. I got my interior. Got some seat belts. You barely see the silver trim, but I got silver trim on there. I did some weathering on the sides and everything. Kind of give it some age look. I try to get some weathering on that seat to give it a little bit of difference. Might do a little bit more. I got the steering wheel and the foot pedals and all that, and the shifter being painted right now. This is where I'm at on the chassis. A lot of the parts for this are being drying right now. I did that in the body color. There's a radiator. I don't know if you can see the wash in it. Camera don't want to focus in on the details. But there's a wash on that. And then right now I'm working on the motor. I'm putting my spark plug wires in. It's a pretty cool motor. Got the exhaust in. And then I did some weathering on that. I'm gonna have to do some detail shots and put them in as well. But I'm getting back at it. Paint should be drying shortly, and I'll share with you then. For another update here, you can see it's 6:40. Still the first 24 hours. I did my tires. I did my tires in a aluminum look. I didn't like the chrome. And I got my Goodyear's mark down there. I use this. It stays a little bit permanent. You can scrape it off if you don't like it. If you screw it up, you can wipe it off when it's fresh. But when you let it dry, it takes a couple wipes to wipe it off. But since I don't play with these, I just leave them sit up there. I got all the wires done. These are still drying a little bit. I gotta put my little boots down on there. So I get that to look like the other side. I gotta try to get these to lay down a certain way. I have to think of some kind of glue or something. I don't buy mine pre-made. I think if you're gonna use spark plugs, you probably should make them yourself. So they're not very perfect. They're not to scale. I can't find wire that is to scale. And then I got this hose that I actually put on top of for the boots. It just slides on there. I bought it for hosing, but then I noticed it looks good for boots. So that one's getting close to being ready to put in. I'll wash on it once I get everything. And then, putting your wires in, you kind of wear everything out. So I have to repaint that, touch that up. You kind of make it look like a worn-in motor when you're doing it yourself. So there's that. So once the touch-ups are done on that. Here I got the rolling chassis. I got the axles in. I got all the front supports gluing right now. They should probably dried by now, but I'll leave them on there for a little bit longer. This is that hose that I got. I got it off a McMaster car. It's just the smallest hose they have. I don't remember the part number or nothing for it, but I got 10 foot of it. This is the model I actually stopped working on right before the build, and I did the gas lines for it with red and blue beads. So I ran that, and this is all one solid wire with that over top of it. So it's just wire like that, and I drilled the holes and then put the midpoint there, and then, you know, placed that all in there. So that's what I got it for, and then I found out it looks good for spark plug boots. And then these are the beads I used for those connections. Cheating a little bit. That's part of the fun of this. So I got the dash and the wiper done. I got put a little silver on there. I use a chrome pen for that. I don't know if I want to overdo all these or not. I think that look too much. So that's where I'm at. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'll see you guys later.